Audio sync. Snap. 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 All right, we're synced. You want to do the intro?
I thought that was the intro.
Right,
Snap. Audio snap.
No, that was in sync.
Whenever I watch interviews now, they always leave in the beginning parts like this. Yo, you're gonna fuck the camera.
Alright. Is Natalie and Robert back once again?
Hi.
Natalie's head's kind of cut off, but
Yeah.
you know,
this happens
we
a lot.
chilling.
My head just kind of sinks sometimes. Just scoop back a little bit.
Oh wait, not on the cord, bro. You're on the cord. Lift up right now. Lift up. All right.
Bro, you're on the cord right now. Lift up, lift up.
Yo,
It's a
don't
crisis.
talk that loud into the mic. It's distorting the
Yo.
focus rate.
Yo. If I should have a rule counter or on me. This is like how many rules? How many rules does Robert tell me every day?
We're starting.
Yo, he's a rule
Yo.
maker, bro.
Yo, all right,
He
we're
makes
starting.
up so many rules.
All right, we're starting with Natalie for the first question.
Oh, I guess that's another rule.
All right.
Oh, don't tap your mic or you're going to break the mic.
Bro, I'm gonna have to fucking... Yo, stop, bro.
Oh.
I don't want to fucking fuck the focus.
What do you
rate.
mean? I put it away from my mouth every time I talk louder.
It's distorting. It's straight red on the focus rate. All I hear is... Yo. All right. Now I turn that shit way down so you can't.
You should edit an eggplant. You go, Are you like joking?
All right. All right, we chilling now.
Oh, another rule. That we chill. That's what we're doing now. Since Robert said
What
that.
are you saying? All right. What's your...
I'm just
all right, we're
here.
getting into the interview now. All right.
Oh, another rule.
Bro. All right. What's your goal in life?
Sounds like a question I made up. Oh.
Who is this girl?
Oh. My goal in life. My goal in life is the ultimate oneness of everyone in society. Just like helping everyone come into oneness with their higher self and helping everyone, all of the universe come into oneness so we can all live in love and happiness together.
With some bananas.
What about you? Yeah.
Alright. Pretty much the same thing. But ever since kid, you know, what do you want to do with life? Oh, I'm gonna save the world. I'm gonna change the world. I want to change how everything is going right now. Make schools that aren't brainwashed so that you can actually go to and not get brainwashed every day. And you actually unbrainwash. And transform the world to vegan. You know, through our music, make everyone, you know, wake up. That's the overall, you know, come together. It ain't really that hard.
My passion.
Is.
Yeah, I don't really know my passion yet.
Head ass.
Nah, bro, my passion's music. Every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, man, I can't wait. I'm going to see what I'm going to do in the studio today. 'Cause it's just so much fun. Like, I just love making music. I could just live in the studio. Like, if we had a big-ass studio room with just, like, everything I needed, like, kitchen, bathroom, and, like, a nice Tempur-Pedic bed, like, you might catch me in there for a few days sometimes. You might catch me.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, same. Definitely. Once you find your passion, then go and make it happen. It's definitely music. I would always sing all the time. And yeah, I make beats too. Produce the album that's coming.
Oh, yeah. He did it. Yep, it's just him. Yeah,
She co-produced it.
He produced the album.
She co-produced. She did Giggin' and she did the kick patterns on Angel the Nice Guy. And she co-produced all the songs.
Shout out to Robert. He cleaned up some of my patterns too. whenever I Extreme. What do you mean? You move like 2 things, bro.
Nah, bro. I
Extreme.
helped you fix exactly the place it needs to be. Why'd you go vegan?
Because I wanted to stop blocking my chakras. Because I wanted to. The first reason I did it is because I knew that it was blocking the cosmic energy of my spirit from aligning. I knew it was blocking my third eye and blocking all my chakras, and it was making me really unbalanced and just like ill and like acidic in my body. Just that's the first reason. And then now that I know a lot more, I'm continuing to be vegan and I'm inspiring others because I know that the production of people eating meat is what's really killing the earth and killing everyone. Like, people don't realize that all the production of these animals, they tear down like hundreds of thousands of acres
The rainforest.
every single day. That's just in one day. And then they use that to farm animals. And then after they farm the animals there and they kill them, the land is tarnished. And they have to spend all this money trying to repurpose the land. Whereas if they would have just used all that time to grow fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and stuff, the peelings and stuff from all that, it actually composts and fertilizes the land itself. So it just like, it takes care of itself. And basically us destroying the land and harvesting all this meat is just ruining the earth. And then all the excess carcass that they don't use, they've been throwing it into waterways, into rivers and streams, and tarnishing our water. And yeah, and then on top of that, they just like, oh, let's just add a bunch of chemicals too. Let's just throw a bunch of chemicals in there.
Yo.
Yep, keeping
That also
everyone asleep.
That also leads me to these people. They threw like 10 million peels of orange peels and banana peels, and they came back 10 years later, and there was like a extremely big rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about that.
Yeah. And like, yeah, if you really think about it, like all the animals that you're eating, they don't eat other animals. They just eat. They eat, you know, they eat
plants.
Grains, they eat plants, they eat nuts, seeds,
and another
fruits.
thing, people,
it's like, why don't you just eat what they're eating?
People think that you need like protein, like an extreme amount. And they think they're brainwashed into thinking that the only way you can get protein is from eating these creatures. But the way these cows and everyone gets the protein is from plants. So it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. If you actually do your research on nutrition, there's protein in everything.
Yeah. And also, you should watch this video called The Funny Thing About Protein. It's actually the human milk has the least amount of protein. It has less protein than rat milk. So that just shows you that humans don't need that much protein.
Yeah, they say that you need like a third, like in grams, you need a third of your body weight. So if I'm 120 pounds, I need like 40 grams of protein a day, like at the most. And like you can get that in one meal, like of just...
I'd say like 30.
Like in one slice of bread, there's like 10 grams of protein. People don't even realize that. In like in a quarter cup of granola, there's like 13 grams of protein. In 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds, there's 10 grams of protein. Like people, when you have too much protein, it clogs up your body and it creates like clogged blocks in your tubes in your stomach, whatever they're called. I forgot what they're called.
Intestines.
Your intestines. Yeah. And when you have like too much fat and too much protein, it can't slide. It just like sludges through your body and then it like decays slowly. Whereas when you're eating plant-based, all the fruit and the enzymes and like all the natural digestive enzymes in your food, it just slides everything through and it's not sitting in there and just like being absorbed and toxic sludge in there. Basically dead body parts decaying inside of you. Just think about that. Do you want that?
And then, all right, that was a big topic. And also the same thing, I went vegan. When I went vegan, I just did it for myself, for spiritual reasons, to not block chakras. That is I didn't even do it for animals or anything at first. You don't even have to do it for them at first, and then eventually you learn about how fucked it is, and then you're like, oh.
And I also want to add that I don't really like saying vegan. I like to say plant-based, because when people say vegan, they like to eat a lot of like processed vegan things, and it's like these fake meats and like these fake cheap like imitation food those have a bunch of chemicals in them too. You should be eating whole food, plant-based, whole grains, fruits, nuts, seeds, potatoes, legumes, stuff like that.
Legumes.
Yeah, like beans.
Yeah.
Eat real food.
You
guys.
almost said fake cheese, but
if
then
it
you
doesn't
realized it was nut
grow
cheese.
in the ground or from earth, from plants, don't eat it, bro. If it's from a package and it was made in a chemical process, nah, bro. Put that shit back.
All right.
Put that shit down.
All right, last question. How'd you start doing music?
This is the last question? What's the question?
How'd you start doing music?
Like what do you mean exactly?
Like, how'd you start doing music? Like
music? How did I start? Like how did I start singing, or like start writing songs, or start recording, or start making
professionally
music?
sort of start making music.
So recorded tracks.
Just when did you start making music, basically?
When did I start writing songs, basically, is what you're saying. I don't remember the exact age, but I had to say it was like 6 or 7 when I wrote my first song. I wrote it with my cousin in a closet. I remember specifically sitting in the closet writing a song, and I think we wrote it about my grandma, and I think we made up a dance to it also. Yeah, I don't remember.
You're not in focus.
I don't remember how the song went, but I know that my grandma, she said that it was about how good that she cooks her food. She was like, yeah. She's like, I love blana. I love my grandma, because my grandma she used to make us
extremely
blana,
good
like
blana.
which is like it's German crepes. Basically, it's crepes, but
yeah,
I don't know why in Germany we say blana. Because
Mm-hmm.
my grandparents they came from Germany. Well, they actually came from Russia, but that's only because Russia bought part of Germany, and so like they were kind of forced to live in part of Russia and under Russia's rules, and that's actually why they left. They immigrated here because they didn't agree with Russia's rules.
Yeah, we would have been in Russia right now if Russia never would have bought Germany. I mean, we would have been in Germany right now.
Yeah, probably. We'd probably still be in Germany. There actually is. There's some of our family that still is in Germany.
We'd probably be rapping in Germany like, "Oh God, the bullet."
Yeah. If you want to say "go away" to someone in German, say "geh weg."
Geh weg. All right. And then.
When did you know that you wanted to be a professional recording artist?
I'm gonna go to the story. All right. So basically, one day, my whole life, I'm a game head. I would always play games my whole life. I never, ever would not play games. I would always be playing games, always. Then for some reason, one day, Natalie was just bored. This was recently after we started like hanging out, because we never really hung out like our whole lives. But then we started hanging out for some reason. And then all of a sudden, one day she came in my room. She was like, "Hey, you want to make a song, bro?" And I was like, "Sure." Except my voice was way high pitched. She was like, "Sure." And then, I was like, "Sure." And then, we made a song. I'm not even gonna say lyrics because not even gonna say that. I was like in like 7th grade when we did this, by the way.
You were like 13, right?
I was 13. And then a couple days later, like I remember after we wrote that song, she wrote all the lyrics, by the way. I did not know how to write lyrics back then.
You did. You just didn't know. You didn't believe that you
could.
Yeah,
I didn't believe. Oh yeah, I just didn't believe. Yeah, anyone knows how to do anything. You just gotta believe. Anyway, I was like, I was so hyped about it. I never been so hyped about something, and I was like, oh, bleep that out. I was like, oh, like, yo, this is dope. Then I remember that same day I just kept like rapping the whole entire song, like nonstop. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Then the next day I wrote my first song. I'll sing a little bit. It went like, man, I want it so bad, dreaming of a big shit, I just want it like that, but it's gonna take time, we just grinding for that, can't wait to shine and blow all these minds. Then, it goes on. Then I was like, right then and there, I was like, yo, this is dope. There's nothing like this. I still play games for some reason, but after that, I was still playing games, but we started recording. One day after that, we started recording. We started writing these songs. And our first mixtape that we ever got was called the Remix Tape. Shout out to the ones that are still here from that day. Yeah, we actually, the first song we ever recorded, we recorded it on the laptop. We had the beat playing on the laptop, and we recorded it. And our dad walked in. He was like, "Turn that off." He was like, "You're not allowed to rap in my house." So and we did it anyway. And then
obviously.
then for Christmas we
Bought a whole studio.
then after we asked that Christmas, we asked for like a studio, just like a little studio, like like on a laptop, and then like a little mic. And then they were like, "Nah, you're not allowed to. I hear your songs. You're not allowed to rap." And then so basically we just asked for money instead, and then we bought it anyway. And then after that we just saved up a lot of money. After that we made our first album and we released it. And then after that we saved up like 2 bands, and then we bought this mic right here. Newman TLM 103.
Yeah, shout out to all the dogs I had to walk.
Vegan $400 headphones, Master and Dynamic. Then we also bought this art preamp and this DBX compressor and the Focusrite and these speakers, and I already had the computer. Then also this MPK MIDI and these guitars right here. Then that's how we started making music. And yeah, we only got a minute left, so. Oh, and that's when I knew, like, the first mic we ever bought, the Rode. Oh, shout out to Rode 1T NA. That was the first mic we ever got. Yeah, that's when I knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
We got 45 seconds left.
Well, there's a lot more to say, but I'm sure that you'll find out later.
Yeah.
So I love you guys. I hope that you all follow your passions and you're inspired to do what you love, because you could do anything. You just have to have dedication and focus.
I used to believe that I could never do music, and now look at me. Fire.
Scene.
All right. Well, it's been Natalie and Robert.
Yeah. And if people doubt you and they say you can't do it, it's a good sign, because it's a sign that you're doing something that no one else is doing.
Exactly.
And that's what goes. That's what's going to pop.
All right. Peace. That was good.